welcome to the first presentation on Introduction to HTML. So these videos I'm just going to go straight through, so I might stumble, that's fine. We're going to get through it together. So introducing Hypertext Markup Language. That is what HTML stands for. That is the language you will be working with at the start of this class. So HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. So we are going to be creating HTML documents. That is what our web pages, that is the structure, that is the blueprint of our web pages. So how do you do that? At any time, if you feel like I'm going too fast, pause the video, take notes, that is okay. If you are watching this from home, take your time, slow it down, pause if you need to. So to start, HTML document part 1. You want to open brackets or caret if you're working on a Chromebook. And the top left, it'll be the same on any text editor you use. You want to click File, then you want to make a new file, then you want to click File, Save As, and make sure, so navigate to your school folder. So on your Chromebook, we made a folder for web design or web design 2. If you didn't, reach out to me and I will help you make it if you need help. So once you are in your web design folder, every website is going to have their own folder. The name of the folder will be the website you want. So if I'm making a website about NASA, it'll be like the folder will be named NASA. But remember, do not put spaces in the name of anything you do in this class. Where you want to put a space, put an underscore. And an underscore is like shift and the button next to the number 0. Within that folder, every single home page we make on a website is named index.html. Index.html will always be the very first page of every website we make. And that .html is the file type. Do not forget to add that or your website, broken. Elements, not fire, water, earth, air. An element in web design is, oh no, my webcam cut shut off. That's fine. You can always look through the PowerPoint, and I'm going to be reading. Building blocks of HTML, they're primarily consisting of opening and closing tags. Sometimes there might not be a closing tag, but for the most part there will be. So take this definition down. They are the building blocks of HTML, primarily consisting of opening and closing tags. So this is what an element looks like. Like I said, opening tag, closing tag, content in between, but the whole thing is an element. Here's a closer look. You don't need to dive too deep into that, but remember, opening tag, the closing tag has the /, and the / is the key right next to shift on the right side of your keyboard. So the HTML skeleton, everything you need in a website. So whenever you make a new HTML file, you type this or you copy this up right away. So you start with an HTML tag at the top, and it automatically makes a new one for you. So you're gonna have to shift enter a few times. You'll see a video of me making a new file at some point. Then you need the head tag. Hold on. I break it down, so let's break it down like this. So HTML wraps all content. It allows you to code in HTML, so we have to include this. Otherwise, we can't code in HTML, and this class wouldn't make sense. The head tag. This is the element where you place information about your website. So none of this will necessarily be seen on your page. It's more so like you're not walking around with your social security number tattooed across your forehead, but it exists. So this is information about your website that people won't see. Then you have this little guy is a little funky, but don't worry about it. Just add it. It allows you to code in any language on your website. So if you want to add Mandarin, Chinese, Spanish, Portuguese, you can do that with this. The title. Now this is, students often get confused. This isn't the title you see on the top of your web page. This is nothing you see. This sets the title of the tab in your browser. So right now you might see something like Google Presentation, or you might see something like Classroom. That's the text that appears in the little tab on the top of your Google Chrome or any other browser you're using. Then you have the body tag. So this is what contains all the content you want to show your user. So anything between the open and closing body tag, the person will see with their eyes on the page. Attributes. They are what is next. So attributes are special words inside the opening tag that provide additional info about the element. They are only specified in your opening tag. You do not put attributes in your closing tag. And they come in a name/value pair. So you have the name of the attribute and you set it equal to a specific value. Like maybe color equals blue. So this is what a full HTML element might look like. So an element, remember, is the opening and closing tag. And our opening tag has the attribute, or has the element we want. The attribute name equals the value. Then you have content that's in between the tag that somebody might see. And then you have your closing tag to end the element. So I just want to kind of go over this again. This might be a little confusing. It's okay, you might not know what href means, but just remember that an element is the building block and that attribute provides more information about the building block. You don't have to know everything just from the presentations I'm going to give you. That's fine. You're going to learn a lot by doing this class, so do not worry. How to add comments. Comments are important because you want people to be able to read your code, and because you might not be working on it every day, you want to add comments for yourself. So when you go back, maybe in a few days, you're not like, what the heck was I doing? Okay, you have this comment, and you know what the heck you were doing, right? That's pretty important. So anything between the little crocodile, exclamation mark, dash, is a comment. So even though I have HTML code there, I won't see it on my website because I put it in a comment. So you can also kind of use it to debug or test your code, right? If you don't want to delete something, maybe you want to use it in a second, you can comment it out and put these two little symbols around it so you can see what your website might look without it, right? And to see if that code is maybe not working. So we'll work on adding comments a little bit, don't stress. That's it. Yeah, you're done with your first presentation on HTML. This is the introduction. You're gonna learn a lot by doing. Welcome to the wonderful world of web design. Have a good day.